Someone asked, can I bring my vibrator with me when I fly? Is TSA going to pull it out and embarrass me in front of everyone? This is Reid from readaboutsex.com.
And this is Cathy from theintimacydojo.com.
And I've flown with mine a number of times and have no problems.
Mm-hmm.
You can't leave batteries in one that uses batteries. You have to pull the batteries out.
Yeah, and make sure that whatever vibrator you're flying with, especially if it's rechargeable, pack it in such a way that it doesn't get turned on accidentally. Especially if you're checking your baggage, this can be problematic because anything that's vibrating in a suitcase, at least when the last time I talked to some TSA people, like they have to pull it and treat it as if it's an explosive, and you kind of like don't do that to yourself.
Yeah. I have had, when I've traveled with the Enjoy, it's just stainless steel, I've had them pull it out and discreetly ask me what it was.
And what did you tell them?
I told them it was a sex toy, and one time I almost missed my flight because we were talking about it and they wanted to write down the website name and they were really intrigued. And one time I got in line and it was, you know, this is old stereotypes, but there was like this gentleman, he must have been in his 70s, looked very conservative, and he saw everything, and I had Sex Geek stickers on some things, and he's like, Sex Geek, huh? And I'm like, oh damn, I'm in trouble now. And he's like, really cool, have fun. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, most of the time people are cooler than we think. They're just scared.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, you might get embarrassed, but usually the embarrassment is coming from somebody being ignorant and unknowing, not necessarily that they're trying to shame you.
Yeah.
In TSA, and TSA's been around long enough now where,
they've seen
believe me, you're not the first sex toy that's come through the X-ray machine. And often with me, when I'm flying with my sex toys,
you have many sometimes.
I have many, and they will call people over to the X-ray screen to like look, and then when they look over at me because I'm this person, I'll be like, and they just wave me on through. No one wants to talk to me about my contents of my bag.
But even when they've pulled it out, it hasn't, like, the people I've been traveling with, they haven't shown it to other people in the line. They discreetly went behind the screen and go, what, is this a weapon? Like, no.
And that's where, like, the only thing I would caution is if you're flying with
your boss?
kink and BDSM toys, which can look pretty ominous, make sure that you check those. If you can, and, you know, for super kinky folk who are flying with, like, you know, knives or whatever they're into, whips and things like that, you know, just, I would usually check those rather than have those in your carry-ons, because, duh, you can't bring a knife onto an airplane. Yeah.
Well, thanks for asking. Great question.
Yep, they are not weapons of mass destruction. They're weapons of mass orgasmic pleasure. What are your ideas, or what are your experiences, those of you who are watching, about flying with things of pleasure? And last but not least, make sure if you're flying with lube, get the 3-ounce bottles, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to lose a good bottle of lube to TSA.